so welcome again to my channel. My name is KARENPO, and now we're gonna continue reacting to the Wings album, but not more of a reaction, but a review since I've actually know of all of the songs, most of the song. I'm not sure if it's like all of them, but I think so. I've heard and know the meaning of the songs on each. So we're actually just reviewing the Wings album, and I miss hearing BTS. That's what I've said also yesterday of doing the intro, the boy meets evil. So we're starting off that one, and now we have the second song, which is the Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Since this is a review, I just realized yesterday I should have, really walk. I want to walk through the music video and what it is actually. So I'm doing it now since we're just doing a review this week with BTS album Wings. Hopefully, I know it's not gonna be finished this week, so hopefully it's gonna continue on through the following weeks. So we're just, finishing what we can on this week. So on the Blood, Sweat, and Tears, we're actually reacting to the original music video, which is the Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and the Japanese version, because it actually shows different. And I want to tell you some things on that one. I've actually seen most of it, and then we have the dance practice. So we're just focusing on today with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So now we go on, because yesterday it took like almost an hour to review on that one. It's just the package, the album, and the intro. See, that's how it is so beautifully done. That's my opinion. But it is so beautiful done. So let's go and reviewed, not react, reviewed on Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So let's go. Okay, let's go on this one. I missed this totally, the logo of Big Hit. So we're actually go on through the museum, and it's just so wonderfully connected to the album also, as the album is also based on a novel. I think so. It's a novel, and RM has reference like a lot of novels on this one. I forget the actual name, but it is. And that's what I also said, that the main character of this album is actually Jin. As Jin goes on through this painting that is connected to the reference of RM. And also there's a lot of symbolism, even the paintings, the theme, you know. You know why is Blood, Sweat, and Tears? Is because, as I've said, the temptation that they've had on this one is actually, uh, let me just pause. It's just so that this is what you call this, the Blood, Sweat, and Tears that they're talking about in this one. The temptation is their passion, their dream, that like they're craving more, is, as I've said yesterday, is they they eat, they swallow what they can. I forget the phrase. I forget the phrase, but they eat what they can. I think it's they swallow what they can eat. I'm not sure what's the if it's the counterpart on that one, but that, you know what I'm talking about. So that's why it's like the Blood, Sweat, and Tears is the hard work on that one, but it's they're talking about in this song. But the thing is, like, they are like, the Blood, Sweat, and Tears here is like not the they they are like sucking out these blood, sweat, and tears from them, which is not really good. And that's how it is becomes a sinful like one. So that's why they have in this one. It's like draining them. It's like they love what they do. Like they have this blood, sweat, and tears, the passion that they done. It's like, but this is like more of a, so comes to dark, so dark's concept on this one is they taking it all. It's like they actually um giving it all, and that's what draining them. And that, I think so, that's why the first song is the blood, sweat, and tears. And that's connected to the first one, the boy meets evil. No. So as we go back, let's go back. And this is like new for me because I usually don't go through uh what you call this go through the music video as I stop, because I usually react to a continuous music video, not not really reviewing a pause, because you really need to look at it. Oh, so if you look on this one, um you can see, as I've said earlier before we go on, um is actually the theme, the room, the like the design on each one is correlated to the novel, and the era is like more of an, I'm not sure what era is a novel comes from, but it comes to that one. But it has a lot of symbol, even the paintings that they use, and there's three paintings on this one. Actually, four beside the curtain, and like under, like there's a curtain there. There's still a painting there. Even there's a painting down, but I think it's always been there. It like they purposely put it there to really establish the theme of the song itself, the blood, sweat, and tears. So as we go on through this one, you know why? See, I pause it. You know why the dance symbolized the, like, also having blindfolded of Jimin, because as later I go on why is the dance correlates the music and the concept, is that uh this also symbolized like the like you chose to blind, even though that the like the blood, sweat, and tears, that they're draining you on this one, is like they like they turn around blind, on this one, because one is they love what they do, and also is like this is like a step to reaching their dreams. So that's why Suga is covering Jimin's eyes, symbolizing like they are blindly, like purposely blinding themselves also. But the music video explains the different side of that one. So I tell you later. So as we go on, so that's why take it all. So that, as I said, it's like draining them. In Jungkook's part, this one is as he is hanging by a rope. I don't know if it's a rope or what you call it, a swing, in the first part of the music video. This is the same part of that one, but they are what you call this, he is hanging on this one because it is connected to RM, because he is the youngest. I think he's easily being what you call this, being controlled, as it is like this one. He is hanging, is like more of a puppet, showing puppet on this one. So I think so that he's easily being influenced and and as I said, being controlled. So that's why it shows on this one, Jungkook is hanging in the swing. So and and V is actually, I think it also like connects to their personality a bit on this one, you know. And I love how it is so, I'm not sure it's like a coincidence or just timely that they connected it all. It's also based on their personality, as I explain later about V. But Jungkook, as he's the youngest, and seen like the youngest are like, what you call this, like commonly known as the one who's easily be influenced, like easily be, told what to do and everything. So I think they also portray the, what you call this, the common stereotyping, stereotype of that one. So it is a lot to explain. So that's why we're going through it with the music video. So that's why. As I've said, Jin is the main character in this one, you know. I love that shot. I love that shot. I love it how it is because shows really also connected why he's like eating the popsicle, and it correlates to Suga's turn, which shows on the music cut, like the video cut, I mean, and shows Suga because Suga is the one who's always eating popsicle on the last in the youth, era, and also the youth era. Suga and Jimin, I mean Jungkook and Suga is connected on that one. See the even the Run music video, as it connected to the universe, the BTS universe, that the Jungkook and Suga also is connected. It is just, I don't know if it's purposely done, but it is so good. It is connected, as you can see, if the connection on that one. See, since this one, Suga is actually, go back through the music video, you can see there's a fog, I don't know, smoke on Suga's scene. This actually tells us that Suga, it is like the fog symbolizes the darkness, and that roams around Suga as being, as it the process of being controlled by the darkness. So that's how it is, and that's how also correlates the first verse of his rap on this one, like, in my body, mind, and soul. It's like he knows that the darkness is taking over. It's like it's there already. And the next scene shows RM, like imitating, controlling someone, and that's connected to Jungkook, so Jungkook. Because the next scene, I'll explain to you. So that's why, which, see, that's why I know that Sugar's, this one also, like, really connected. So I know they're all yours. So in the lyrics, it basically said that he knows, he knows that the darkness are like red, not really, it's like more of the action, of process of not controlling. It's like roam, because it's roaming around, like he's in the process of being sucked into the darkness, and that's the word. Sucked in within the darkness. So he's conscious on what's happening, so that's why. It's like the spell that punished me really is like as I've said, this is the thing with with not really life. It's like the experience the journey of what you go through your life is like you need to really go through this phase. And that's I think so that even though that they have this Wings album, is, as I've said, it's like they know that they need to go through this darkness to go through to achieve their dreams. And that's why this is a spell that punish me, because they are consciously know that there's a dark in the light. So it's like this is a way, I think it's the term that they use to punish, because they're achieving their dream, is like this is the author of achieving this dream. There's always like the punishment on this one, you know. I love how it is, why it is the you know why it is the they light the candles, and also this, I don't know, candy, I think so. It's like it's a start of, it symbolizes the start of that darkness, the light, the dark, and I'm not sure how to put it. Dark is like there's a lot of dark things, like the, as I've said, with the J Hope's Pandora's box. There's a lot of things that, like, you go through envy, you go through greed, you go through rage and everything. But with this thing is like lighting up, is like this is the start, so that's why it started on that one. And it shows also that it lights up this picture, and this picture will show you the it's in connected also on the album itself. We will see this one in the other previews, what you call this, previews videos, no, following videos. My mind is not working today. I could tell, like, it's not detailing, like in the continuous explanation of everything. But on this one, it's basically the sim this pictures and these movements shows off the, like, the start of something. It's the start of the darkness taking within, taking them in, sucking it in. So that's the, and that's also uh why RM is like the the first one in Suga, because RM is their leader, is basically he's the first one that's taking in the the negative. It's like the darkness, because he's representing the group, he's there. So he's the first one who's always been the one who's accepting the impact, you know. And that's the responsibility of a leader, is the first one who's taking it, so that's why RM is the one who got that one. But Suga on the other side is like the he has the conscious of the darkness that's taking over. But um because he's the oldest, one of the oldest is Jin. Because Jin is the main character, as you see. Is like um Jin is like the core of this era, like Jin is. So there that's why there's a lot of hands covering Jin, since they're trying to protect Jin. And it's like that's their last barrier of you know of hope, as it is. But the thing is, as after the oldest is Suga, so he's also the first one to taking this within, the darkness. So that's why Suga and RM is the first one to take it. And that's why it's like the Suga, as you said, as I've said, is the one who's taking the first drip on that drop of symbolizing the darkness, and that's why, because I think it's also why it is the first like the reaction or the explanation of something that this one is the what you call this is just so it's just so that this one is like making you numb, and that's the first thing that you when you're drunk also, it's like everything is foggy, and then you don't have any like the pain, like you can feel anything, the pain or everything. That's why there's a lot of people always go through the vices if there's something going on in their life. So to forget the numb, then the pain, to make them numb, I mean. So that's why that's their first initials, like thing in this lyrics they said on this one, because basically the process, they're like saying the process of the darkness taking within themselves. So that's why. Well, J-Hope on this one, since J-Hope is here, I couldn't. So there's a hope, as we know it, is the from his name, is the one who's giving hope, and that's why he has an arrow, because he's trying to protect his members on the darkness is taking over, and that's why he's trying, even though he himself is in the what you call this, is about to take over. He's also looking after others, so that's why he he is trying. So that's why he have an arrow through take away the darkness, even though the statue itself is actually the symbolizing of the devil, the statue in behind J-Hope on that one, because later on it shows off. I will explain on that one later on. It will goes on. So in this one, so that's why J-Hope has that in his, you know he shows on this video, he's the one who's trying to protect them. Why V is under the curtain is also symbolizing that V is actually uh the one who's already been taken, or taken by the darkness itself. Is like he's being taken by the darkness. So that's why he's already lying down in the, I don't know if it's like a cloth or a curtain. This one is like he's already been taken by the darkness, symbolizing on that one. And the symbolizing of the candle, that's the one that RM light up and goes through Jungkook's. That's Jungkook's hand. I tell you, it's Jungkook's hand, because the what you call this, the first initials, I've said the youngest is the one who's easily be manipulated and controlled. So that's why RM, as he's being taken over, as he's been, drank the darkness already, the first thing that he thought is to take the easiest one to influence, which is Jungkook. So that's why he passed it on Jungkook. Easily done. Because everyone, like, because he's the leader, so everyone knows to follow him. So that's why it's easy to influence Jungkook, on this one. So I love it. It is so. It is so. See, also this symbolizes also how V has what you call this has the darkness taking over him, and this shows why um I like how it is portraying V's also character, because V is so what's the term, I think mischievous, I think so, that's the term. It's like the personality of V is like you really can't read. It's like when they're like playing in the round BTS of who's you don't know who's lying. V is the first person that you think, and that's why it shows also here that they even don't know that V's already been taken, but the V's always showing that he's like not yet been taken by the darkness. So that's what I love how it is so connected. So continue on. See, Jungkook is now tasting that darkness, and that's how it is began for Jungkook. See, even J-Hope in this one is sitting in the waters. It's like he knew that he's above the waters. He's in like trying to not fall and really seeing. That's why he's touching the water. It's like really like he's a symbol of hope. So he's always been trying to see through how can they get it out of this situation, and that symbolizes on that one, I tell you. And this also symbolizes the Last Supper, as it connect also why it is the Last Supper. It is the Last Supper in the Bible itself is like the it symbolized the gathering and the start of really on this one, and that's why also Jin is heading in this one, as he is the main character of this era. you know it's a way through really a way to a celebration. you know but I love how it is so looks like a painting, this one. So I love how it is this part. There's a lot of things. Even if you pause it, there's a lot of things going on. So like I'm trying to catch up on this music video. So after the supper, where's the supper? Yeah, this supper, why Jin look back is like, since Jin is the one who's the last bearer, as I've said, the last bearer of them, the trying to protect is like, he's also trying, as the same as J-Hope, he's trying to, what you call this, get out of this situation, and he hears like the darkness looming over, so that's why he's like worried for his members on this one. And since I've said J-Hope is the warrior, is the one who's fighting over for them, it's like as the darkness comes within in that Last Supper, and J-Hope like put an arrow, not put, like strike an arrow to next to the V's picture, is J-Hope has already know that V's V is has darkness has taken over with V. So that's why he's targeting V. But the thing is, he's just one. So there, even though that he knows that V's already been taken, like other members have also been taken by other means, which is, as you know, Suga and RM, and now Jungkook has been consumed by darkness now. But the thing is, like, J-Hope knows the root of the problem, which is actually V, because in this shows us later on that V is actually the devil itself has taken over V. It's like like Harry Potter's, what you call this, scene where they've actually um what you call this, uh call, Voldemort has been risen to death, and that's the time, that's the time. It's like V is like Harry Potter there. That's the thing that he needs to survive, that Voldemort needs to. So that's why, like, J-Hope is trying to cut the roots off, and that's V, you know since Suga has been taken over now by then, since early he has been sitting down and have in that room. It's like he's already been locked up. Like, he can't do anything about. But he's the what's this one? He has the consciousness. Like, he's still, there's light there, still light there, except with RM, since he drank the water that's have darkness in it. It's like the darkness already consumed RM, that's been transferred to Jungkook. The thing is, the the deadliest, if you actually know, is the deadliest, and the quickest way is actually goes through your mouth. Since Suga is like just been crowded with fog, which is the darkness, the his mind is fighting over with the light and the darkness. So that's why they're still conscious in Suga's part of the darkness. This is a lot to explain. Like, it's been 30 minutes. We've just finished one. Not yet finished. Like, halfway through the music video of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. See, the lyrics itself, like, the grail was poisoned but drank it anyway. So they know, like, Suga knows already that darkness is taking over, but he drank it anyway. Go through this process. See this picture. I love this picture. How that smoke, since it's being consumed now, like RM and Jungkook, it shows in here in this room that RM and Jungkook has already been within the depths of the darkness, and also on top of that one is actually the room where Suga is. That's how that RM and Jungkook has, like, the darkness taking completely over them than Suga, because it goes through. That's why. See, I love this, how they shot in this one. This is so continuous. They build the set on that one. And that's how you see Suga and Jimin in this room. Since the darkness has been piling up to them, and Suga is like still battling himself of the good and the bad, but he chose to go through the darkness. So that's why the initial is to transfer the, get more darkness from other people. It's like, that's why he has Jimin on that one, and showing the, what you call this, even though because I've said the deadliest is having it tasted, and Jimin has the apple, and that apple symbolizes the darkness. It's also been symbolizing as what you call this as a from many references. It's the symbolizes of darkness, but it's also there's other reference that it symbolizes as life. So that's why Suga is actually contemplating to take Jimin through the darkness. So that's why he also have the blindfold on that one. It's like he's trying to also protect, but at the same time, goes suck into the darkness. And he's also eating that apple. It's like both of Jimin and Suga Soul is half half, half half on this one. But the thing is, Jimin is also one of the youngest, like the third to the last, because he's also the same age, mostly the same age as me. So he's also more of like the youngest, like easily been manipulated, but he has his own mind already. He's been on that stage of his life, which is not easily been influenced, unlike Jungkook, who's the youngest. And that's why also they have this scene showing you that one. And you have V that's diving into it. It's like he's just seeing what happened around him and knows what gonna happen. It's like he's already know that he's darkness is taking over, you know. That's why the video itself also changes the color. It's like all of the members, most of the members except Jin, who hasn't been like the last bear. It's like they know that they are taking over now. Like half of it has taken over. So that's why it shows also on the video the stage of the darkness within themselves, you know. So that's why. And they have J-Hope on that one, on that scene already, and showing that J-Hope is fighting for them. But the thing is, um, Jin is the bearer of Jin is breaking down. So that's why the color of the video is going through what you call a bright I magenta. I think so. This is the shade of magenta. It symbolizes that darkness is taking over. That's why Jin is holding the balloon, because balloon signifies life and hope, and that's the last bearer of. It's like that's the core, the core. So Jin is holding the core, and by the end of this one, they already been it's about to let go as we go on through this. But you see on this stage, like every member has darkness within themselves now, and showing off that V is like, since the devil is inside him, the devil itself, it's like he's enjoying what's happening around him. And symbolize that since Jungkook is like really sunking in, he's flying in the air, and even RM and even Jimin, they're showing this one that the darkness have already been taken off these members, Jungkook, RM, Jimin. And that's why Jimin is like, as I've said, is like taking over. It's like fighting over also the darkness that coming in within him, and that's why he's stuck in a blindfold also, but it also symbolizes blindfolds. Um, Also, blindfolds symbolizes that also trying to protect him of the darkness, but it's like a white lie. The blindfold is like a white lie. It's like you lie to protect someone, but you still lie. It's just also symbolizes on that one, how it is. It is, and that's why they're all insane. They're now like, in the concept of conflict within themselves, because the darkness is taking over, and the hands have already been, like, most of the hands have been out, because it's been the last bearer. As I've said, it's the last bearer. Jin is the last bearer of them, and that's why also the blindfold with the ropes also symbolizes, what you call this, the controlling 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 of Jimin not being able to see the darkness with that transpired with in front of him, and also symbolizing darkness taking over that rope to completely taking over Jimin. And that's also, can be explained on that one. And we go on through this one. As I've said, the balloon has been float away with Jin, because the darkness is actually now, since it's red, it symbolizes red comes off with the danger. It's we know that if it's red, it's the danger zone already, and that's why Jin is like reaching out for the balloon, because that's the last straw of the core of the light on themselves, symbolizing on that one.
I no longer wanted to have anything to do.
It's like they've accepted that darkness have already been consumed within of themselves. When I thought about this scene, is like Suga is uh having that tune symbolizes that the victory of the darkness, because they've already been, consumed by darkness. It's a way to represent that darkness have been there. Well, they've actually, the behind the scenes on this one, Suga was supposed to be the one who's doing this one, but it's a good thing that they've changed it to V in this part, and also symbolize it. Also, if you see the members, why J-Hope is the first one with RM, and Jungkook behind RM, since he's his body, he's the one who's controlling. RM is the one who's controlling Jungkook, so that's why there's like in pair, and J-Hope is the one that's the first in line, but it's actually also is the one who first got the darkness. Also, like, J-Hope has now, what you call this, is like um in like telling them the light is this way, but it is also been consumed the darkness within himself. As I've said, the importance of, if you have like, if you're playing a game, the important you need to protect is in a chest. Just to basically explain this one, is if in your chest, the one you need to protect is actually is the queen, and is the queen, but you have the soldiers in line, the pawns in the first line of defense, which actually symbolizes J-Hope, and the queen symbolizes Jin, and that's how it is. Because if there's no J-Hope, like you've already been dead. So it's J-Hope is also important because he's the first line in defense and the one who's been um, protecting them. And Jin is the core, so they've actually need to protect the queen, and that's Jin. So that's why J-Hope has always been in the first line, you know. And you have Jimin and Suga after them. It symbolizes that Suga has been, guiding or influencing Jimin. Like I'm not really sure, but the thing is, like that's why they're also in the middle because both of them knows there's light and darkness, and that's also something to talk about on that one, you know. And this scene, as V completely blindfolded Jin, because V is actually the devil, the boss, or the queen on the other side of the chess piece that that's been completely taking over your queen piece. So that's why it is. So you see that Jin have come forward to the this wings was actually represented as the devil, which is V. As I've said, it's the Voldemort statue been alive. That's it. And since Jin kissed the statue, it symbolizes that Jin already been accepted the darkness within himself, and also shows V as the mortal enemy on this one. Symbolizes that he succeeded on taking over the members. That's why he's smirking at the end. And you see on this scene, J-Hope is sitting and there's a lot of chaos within him because that symbolizes that darkness has already won and he can't do anything to protect to protect his members already. So that's why he's sad and it's there, you know. It's like he failed in protecting his members. Since the darkness already been taken over, the statues have has cracks and being broken down because that symbolizes the rise of the devil, which is, V. Now comes to V. It's like his soul has been transferred to V, so that's why the statue is breaking down, and now V has the wings. That also symbolizes Jimin taking off the blindfold. Is, as I've said, it's like um, Jimin and Suga here. It's like they know the light, and there's light and darkness. And the thing is, since the darkness has been uh, taken over the light. But the thing is, with light and darkness, even though the darkness has taken over, there's still light on that one. So that's also why Jimin is crying when they taking off the blindfold, because he had the conscious of what's going on, that the darkness have won already. So that's why he's taking off the blindfold, because he knows the truth, and also that he already the darkness has completely taken over. But the thing is, even though the darkness has taken over, the light, the his emotion of sadness is there. It's like there's the light is like 5% and the darkness has is 95%. So that's why it shows on that one, you know. And I forgot this scene, the what comes on that scripture. Well, see, that's why the sculptures have been, taking over. So that's why. You know why Jungkook is the one who's focused on the before we end this before this the end of this video, because Jungkook is the next in line in this song, so that's why we're now the next one we're talking about is Jungkook's journey on the darkness within himself. Is like how he acknowledged this darkness and goes and what his darkness is. So that's why Jungkook is the first one who's there, and that's why Jin in this one have crack on his face symbolizes the that he can do anything, like just like J-Hope who's sitting in the fountain, that's everything with it, everything around him has been broken because they can. This symbolizes that they can't do anything about the darkness taking over. So that's why, you know. And this is so hard. It's been an hour already. What? This is so. And we're just in the music video. You know what? So there's a lot of to take in on that music video, and I want to shorten the Japanese version because it it actually same way of the one in Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the symbols and everything. But the thing is, they portray in a different version, so that's why it is so beautifully done. So that, and it's also a Japanese, so that's why there's a Japanese version on that one. So that's why. And you know, this is this is like a lot to take in if you look into it. There's a lot of things going on in this music video. That's why it is so wonderfully made. Even the beat itself is catchy and everything, but the meaning of the song is so interesting, even though that is, but it gives off also a different kind of vibe than the meaning of the songs, so that's why it is so beautifully made. It just, so if you look into different perspective in the song, to the music, to the lyrics, to the music video, it just gives you another perspective in perspective on how they want to show the meaning of the song. This is so good. It is so good. And now we're going through the not scene by scene in the Japanese version, but if you look into the Japanese version, Jungkook is the first one shown in there because, as I've said, Jungkook is the one who's been can be easily be influenced, and the next one is Jimin, who has the apple, as he's know that um he's also the one who's has a conscious that darkness and light, the conscious of darkness and light. And the next one, you can see V has already been taken over by the devil. So this is how you actually, and what you call this, it's how you see when you are drunk. Literally, it's like you're in a daze, and that's how they want you to explain what is the process of this one. So that's how they compare. Is how you when you were drunk is like when you also darkness been taking over. That's what they want to portray. And you have another Jin also looking over the same painting that they have on the first music video, you know. And you see Jimin. This is what I love on this one. Since Suga have the piano behind him, and I don't want to like go on through Suga's like individual darkness or song. Is like it also correlates on this one. It's like they're like he's also trying to protect Jimin, and trying to also make Jimin realize by himself what's going on. And that's why he's contemplating to take off Jimin's blindfold, because he himself has another has a darkness, like his own darkness that he needs to control within himself, or battle within himself. So that's why I love how this scene portray, and that's why he lets go of Jimin, who he wants to Jimin to learn by himself of what's going on. You know, as Jimin goes through the darkness, shows off that he ventures off the darkness, and you see that RM and Jungkook is here, as RM has been possessed already by the darkness, and offered the drink to Jungkook. Is now he's taking over, like he wants Jungkook to the darkness to take over him. And you see that Jimin, after he go on through the darkness, is a battle within himself, and now he's taking, like eating the darkness itself. It's like, this is how I love how it is, they portray that there's a lot of situation in the darkness taking over itself, because as I said, RM is the one who's influencing Jungkook the darkness, and also, like, Suga lets go of Jimin so that Jimin can go through the darkness and battle his battles by himself, not just really, like protecting him, but he wants to learn by himself. And that's a different scenario of your life. It's like there's someone who's also influencing you, bad influence on you, and also someone who wants you to learn, you know, life by yourself. And that's really good. Symbolizes the music video of how Jungkook has started been taking over the darkness in this one. And 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 he's throwing, who's that one? Who Well, I need to know who is that one. So Suga is trying, as he's trying to protect Jimin, but it's also what you call this way, a personality of Suga, that he wants to his members to really, what you call this, wants them to learn by themselves, and that's how he done with Jimin. Is like, even though that he lets go of Jimin, he makes sure that uh, that Jimin needs to go through this one, and explain to him that, oh, you need to fight your battles by yourself. And as he tries to chase Jungkook, and he's already late with Jungkook, as RM has already been influenced him by the in the darkness. So that's why he's trying to to teach Jungkook the same way as he teach Jimin. But as I've said, it also connects you to your life. It's like, you can't really teach someone the same way as you teach someone else, because Jimin, made that Suga has been successful in teaching Jimin, but the other way around to Jungkook. He might, if he successfully, might be there before RM does, and teach him the way of life just like Jimin is. And and but it differs on the person itself. It's like, even though he's successful with Jimin, it's there's another story of Jungkook, because everyone is not the same. It's like they're not the same. It's like they have a different experiences that they go through, but that's why it is also a good thing that, what you call this, that the what you call this, the Suga haven't gone, you know gone through first with Jungkook, because it might not end well if the same with Jimin, if he done the same way as Jimin. So that's why, that's what I it's like, because for me, like, I've learned the hard way, but there's other people that wants to do the right thing and have the shortest way possible to achieve what they want to do with their life. And that's different for me, which is I want to take the long way before I go through what I need to do or what I want to do. So that's what I'm explaining on this one. So that's why he's trying to protect Jungkook, but he's already been late. And you know, that's why Jimin is already been walking down the road by himself. And the thing is with Jimin is why that's why he was looking at the painting even in the first official music video, is since he's the core of the group, like he can see the members, but he can't really do anything about it because he's also protecting something, which is the balloon. The signifies the balloon. He's trying to protect that one, and he can't really do anything to save, because if he's saving a member, he needs to let go of that balloon. And that's why he's seeing the his members, that darkness is taking over with him, but he can't do anything, that's what this is what it's like, laying it laying it down, just so you know and you have J-Hope in here trying to what you call this one. It's also been shown in the run era, which is the youth era, and them, the HYYH, as J-Hope also his own darkness is the pills, which also shown in the run universe, the run music video in the BTS universe. So that's why he's trying to um what you call this also, just like Suga, trying to win his own battles, but also saving others. So that's why. So he's also the first one that accepted in what you call this let go, because there's also a saying that the more you hold on to something, it's just not what you call this um the more you try to hold on to something or someone, the more that they want to let go. So the thing is, to 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 the betterment of both of you, you need to let it go. Just both need to go through this process, and that's how J-Hope has been successfully, uh, trying to battle his win his battles, to let go. And that shows on this one. Who's punching who? Jin is punching V, because he is trying to what you call this trying to not let the devil been taking over with V, which is, I've said V. And that's why Jin is like trying to also try to save, even though he's protecting the core, he's trying to save the members little by little. And he, like, J-Hope and Jin is the one who knows the root is, which is the V, and he's trying to do that one, but he can't really do anything. So that's why when he battle V, the devil itself, everything crashes, because V already been strong, because as Jungkook RM has been taken by darkness, so he got a lot more strength on this one. And they use the run and youth are videos that they have. So this is what I love about also Hybe now. It's like they use their resources, like they connect everything that they've already been released. So it's like also interesting for the readers that oh, it's all connected, like they made it sure that it's connected, and that's what makes the viewers engage. So and that's another one. And as we go through this one, as every one of them has been taking the darkness taking over them, and the devil itself have won already, since V already take out in the building. They go through the little hole, and I'm not sure how it is. So that's why. So see, you see the smoke. Junko has been already. It's like a modern version of the original music video of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So this one is much more related to life, and you know, see, Jimin, as I've said, is like Suga is trying to protect Jimin, but it's like contemplating him to let go or not let go. But there's some that you know, and that's how they like each of them their own battles, like how to win their own battles. So that's why everything crashes, because the devil itself has already won. See, even the end of the Japanese version, you can see that it is connected to the run, you know and it's also shows what you call this, the alternate version of the what you call this, the universe, the BTS universe. Since in the run, um it's like one kind of universe, and the Japanese version on that one, they connected, so that's why they are connected, still can be connected. But this one, the Wings era, is much more focuses on the battle within on each members, because the run is like they are trying to tell you what happens within the what happens to the youth, what they're going through. But the Wings era shows you the much more of a close closer version of each members and how they go through with that. What you call this, it's like the Wings is inside the most beautiful moments in life era. Wings is actually inside the because it dwells on the darkness, the other side of the your most beautiful moments in life. And because the most beautiful moments in life just explain the f- the in like a story. The most beautiful moments in life just explains you the introduction and the conclusion, but the conflict and how the resolution of that conflict shows in the Wings era. So that's why it is also connected, and that's how it is so good. you know how it is so good. So going on the music, the dance choreo, I love how it is so um the dance step is making you sunk in, because that's what they want to, and that's how they portray the sexiness of the vibe, which is the first thing that you've thought if you are being tempted, is like the desires, the desires of this one. So that's why they have portray, and the dance is a sexy vibe. And how they portray on that one, I love how it is. And how they portray the wings, it's also symbolizes the album name and the concept of the album you know so that's basically it. It's been an hour. I tried to really summarize everything on this one, and how it is also connected in every era of it is, and how it is so relatable in each of our lives. So that's what become. And what I love about this one, even my nephew, who's not really into songs but love the first song that he loves about BTS is Blood, Sweat and Tears. I think with this catchy song, it is it is done the justice. It is the how they want the music and the concept on this one made justice because it is so catchy. It is so that's what their goal is, to make it so catchy that people love it, even different ages. So that's why I love it. This is so hard. Like I need water. I've been like talking for an hour, more than an hour, I think so. So that's why we end this Blood, Sweat, and Tears review. You know, like I'm just gonna post the first video to really tells you the symbolization in each. But I couldn't go on through the Japanese version, so that's why we just summarized the Japanese version. Because also the Japanese version is actually they've used resources, a lot of resources on that music video, and but they have like like clips only, but it's much more relatable. Like you can see that is you can see this every day in your lives or in the movies, then the Blood, Sweat and Tears, the original version, was more poetic, and that's why, and why it is so beautiful. But I love how it is so poetic. It just gives justice the symbols that they use on this one. But it's also very good that they have the Japanese version as more of a relatable version of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So it gives off a different perspective. And that's how it is so busy. It's so a masterpiece, I tell you, a masterpiece. So every details of this one is so masterpiece. That's why. It is so good. So having to end this video. If you have any like also want to say on this the things that I've said, want to agree or disagree or also want to add on. But if you look into it, there's a lot of things to look into this Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video. Are really also curious on how you what it was see this music video and it goes on through your life, and that's why. Please comment down below and also like the video if you like it, and check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. And as we go on through the catching up with BTS, so that's why we're going back through Wings areas. This is the last time that I've really dissect, that's the word, dissect the album itself, because I've done the earliest album and we're now in the Wings era. So please check it out on my YouTube channel. There's also a lot of content on that one. Please check it out and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm gonna upload. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be on this date or early morning the next day. So that's why. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye. See ya. I'm so tired.